Precious Metal Summit 2022, ladies and gentlemen, here in Zurich, Commodity TV for you. And we want to talk for the first time, actually, to CopAur Minerals. And we have here Jeremy Yaseniuk, the CEO. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, perfect. Hope you too. And thanks for taking the time. Your company is quite new to us. You are in Nevada and British Columbia. Maybe you can give us a short overview.
Sure. We started off with actually, I'm the founder of 3 companies that are actually operating in northern British Columbia. So one of them is, the first one that we started was called Benchmark Metals. We started Benchmark in 2019, had a small market cap of about $6 million. It now is approximately 120 million. So we've rapidly advanced that project. The next project up from that is called Thesis Gold. We started that in 2020, and they're literally right close to each other, almost touching each other. We started that one in 2020, $6 million market cap. It now is just under $100 million market cap.
Nice.
Even with the correction in the market, the way it is right now. The next project, which is just above that, was called CopAur Minerals. And so we started this one in 2021. It was a little company, not a lot going on at the time, but a great project in northern British Columbia, bordering those other projects right close. And so we took over the company. We took it over in 2021. Supplemented it with our management, our management team under Metals Group, and then we acquired all these assets in or actually in Nevada. So that's how we accumulated the assets in Nevada, and that's how we got into British Columbia.
Okay, super. Let's start with Nevada. So what have you achieved this year? And so far, I would call it, and it looks like a carbon type deposit, right?
Okay, so in Nevada, the assets that we acquired in Nevada was as a result of a takeover of a company called New Placer Dome. New Placer Dome had some spectacular assets in Nevada. There is the one project is called Kinsley Mountain. There's this little oxide cap of gold on the top, grading approximately 1.5 grams. But there's a section that goes from about 250 meters to about 310 meters, where there's some of the most spectacular grades of gold I've seen coming out of Nevada. Like 18 grams over 23 meters, 35 grams, 46 grams, all in that zone. And our theory is, and part of the reason that we took over the project is that there has been insufficient drilling to create an accurate resource there. So the resource that comes out of that particular zone was approximately, or is currently, and 43101 compliant, is about 500,000 ounces, grading approximately 2.6 grams.
But near to surface?
No, that's down about 250 meters.
Yeah,
but what's interesting is that almost all the drilling is 8, 10, 15, 20 grams per ton in that zone. And so what that tells us is that there has been insufficient drilling to be able to use the dead spots in between. So if you have a drill hole over here and a drill hole over here, you're allowed to use the material that's right around that and around the other drill hole. Yeah. But the value in between is 0. And so simply by us doing some infill drilling, we believe that the average grade will go up, and therefore the number of ounces should go up as well.
Definitely. And that infill drilling you're doing now already, or is that planned for next year?
So we're actually, we just announced on Friday a private placement that we're doing. And so we announced it on Friday. We wanted to raise $2 million. I think we already almost have $2 million lined up with subscription agreements already in, and checks in, and some that firm commitments that are coming. So I'm pretty certain that we'll have this placement done. We may go a little bit higher than $2 million if we get
if you get the money, grab it. I can tell you.
Never say no to the money.
That's for sure. Okay, super. So then the work plan for next year, what do you want to achieve with Nevada?
Not next year. Actually, within a couple of weeks, we're going to be mobilizing a drill crew to get to one of our projects, not the Kinsley Mountain project right away. We will get to that this year, or hopefully this year we'll get some of that done. But we will be mobilizing for one of our other advanced projects, which we didn't have a chance to talk about, called Bolo. We need to do a small drill program there. And then we hope to swing the drill rigs over to our other project, which is Kinsley Mountain, and poke some holes right through the center of that high-grade zone.
Okay, super. So a lot's going on, and you will have a lot of results, and hopefully from Nevada.
Yeah, all through the year, and so that's the beauty of Nevada, is that you can work all year round.
Definitely, and a great infrastructure too.
Yes, very
absolutely. Good. Let's come to Canada. to British Columbia. What are you doing there? What's the status of the project?
So I mentioned those other projects, Benchmark, Thesis, and CopAur. And really, the story between all three of those companies is very similar in that they were all explored. They're all in very close proximity to each other. They were all explored back in the 1980s and early 90s when gold was anywhere from $300 an ounce to maybe $500 an ounce. And so what we found is that the previous drillers and the previous owners of these projects, because that area, and at that time, that area was very remote. There wasn't oil and gas exploration and so forth. So they didn't even assay the drill core a lot of times. So they would just selectively sample the drill core. And so what we found is that if they didn't find half ounce to 1 ounce material, they just left it. Matter of fact, sometimes they even ignored that. So when we arrived on the project, we found all this uncut drill core, and we phoned the vendors of the property and said, can we take this and can we assay it? And so we assayed drill core on all three of those projects, and we found that the previous owners had missed both bulk tonnage type material and high grade material. And that is how we were able to advance Benchmark so quickly from being a $6 million market cap to now over 120. And Thesis Gold, again, from approximately 6 million to close to 100 million. And even CopAur, same thing, uncut drill core, big, beautiful, broad intercepts of gold and copper. And so it was overlooked by the previous owners. And so that's what we've done. We've done a small drill program up there last year where we hit, we're reaching into, just got into a target, and then we couldn't take the hole any deeper, but we got to 50 meters of 2.2 grams per ton gold and some copper in there. And then the last 10 meters was 4.2 grams per ton over 10 meters. So it's getting better as we're getting into this zone. So we're excited about getting back in there next year and doing a big drill program.
Okay, big means what, 5,000, 10,000 meters?
Yes, probably 5,000 to 10,000 meters at least on this next pass of drilling. And I know exactly what it takes to drill up a big deposit up there. We just did it. Benchmark, we spent probably $100 million, and we raised $100 million and drilled up a multi-million ounce deposit up there. So the priority for the company at this stage, the lowest hanging fruit is our money in Nevada, spending our money in Nevada, drilling up that the Kinsley Mountain project. So that's our priority. We will get to British Columbia. Of course, we're going to do that in the spring. But the lowest hanging fruit, the closest we're going to get to a paycheck, is our project in Nevada for sure.
Okay, super. Who are your shareholders? What is management share in the company? As I could imagine, you guys have a lot of skin in the game.
Absolutely. I've probably put in, by buying stock out of the open market, and I encourage anyone to go look at the insider buying of the company. I'm one of the largest shareholders of the company. Conrad Swanson is a large shareholder. My other business partners are big shareholders. Between the people that are close to us and management and two funds, we own more than 50% of the company. 50%.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
so
a lot.
We put our money where our mouth is. I can tell you that I've probably bought stock out of the open market and participated in private placements to the tune of probably 50 to 100 times the amount of money I've ever taken out of the company in a salary.
Super.
So the only way that I'm going to make money is by having our share price increase and by developing out these projects. And so that's my priority.
Fantastic. With that $2 million financing now going on, how much do you hope to have by year end in the treasury? Meaning for next year you are settled then?
I hope to spend it all.
Yeah, of course.
That's the purpose of doing this. So we will do this $2 million financing and we will spend this. But I can tell you that probably in the spring we will do another financing, hopefully at higher valuations than we are right now. And then probably next summer we'll do another raise of capital. I am one of the founding members of a group of companies called the Metals Group. And so under Metals Group we have all of these other companies, Benchmark, Thesis, CopAur, and there's a whole slew of other companies as well. And so we're always raising capital for one of our companies. This company is no exception. And we even in this difficult market, we don't have issues raising money. because we have a superb technical team that's able to move projects along. I joke, I say this in jest, but it's truth. I'm the dumbest guy in the room. When I have my technical team, these guys are brilliant. They've got their master's degrees, multiple master's degrees, PhDs. They're extremely brilliant guys, and they're able to move our projects along. And so I guess that confidence that investors have in what we do, when we go to the market to raise money, as I said, Friday we announced it, and we probably have most of it already done by Monday.
Super.
So, we will continue to raise money. I don't want to raise too much money at this level. I would rather do it at a higher level once we poke some holes into these zones, and then we'll continue to raise capital.
Okay, super. Then good luck with that.
Thank you.
Hit it hard, the drill, spend the money, because that world needs definitely more metal.
For sure.
Super.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jeremy Yaseniuk, and he's the CEO of CopAur Minerals, and you heard it. The company is doing exceptionally well, and I think the group has a real great record to bring companies from a one-digit million market cap to a three-digit million market cap, and that's exactly what we want to see as investors. And I would suggest with Nevada and British Columbia, you should check it out. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Precious Metal Summit in Zurich 2022.